great day out here. Great to be in the stadium for the first time this spring. I thought we had a lot of live work today. I thought we got a lot of good teaching on film for us to go back over. And one of the things I think that always makes spring special and the weekend special is the number of guests. And to have about 300 high school coaches here over the course of the last 2 days, a bunch of prospects, and then our MVP of the scrimmage today, Danny Garofalo, with me right here. It really has become a special time of year for us, and we enjoyed every minute of it out here today. Questions?
Impressions of the quarterback play?
I think we got a long way to go. I think we got a long way to go still. There's certain things I'm really pleased with, but then you get to the end of the scrimmage and our 2-minute operation is just not where it needs to be to win football games at this level. So we're making progress. Those guys are working really hard. We just got to continue to build on the reps that we're getting, and we got 7 more practices to do it.
Is either guy ahead right now? Laviano ahead?
I don't think so. I don't think either guy's ahead. Again, I think they're both working. I think they're doing a good job, and we got to keep working, and we'll get to where we want to go. But it's going to take time. It's going to take reps.
Anybody jump out to you just from being out on the field?
Well, a couple guys made big plays. That's really what I see when I look at it live. A guy like Carl Nagadosi makes a spectacular catch to keep the 2-minute drill alive. Isaiah Johnson with a pick 6 in the red zone. A touchdown by Flanagan in one of the red zone 7-on-7 periods. So those things are exciting. I thought we had a few good runs. I don't know how consistent the run game was. I got to look at that on film. But I'm sure when we look on film, we're going to see some more guys that jump out in a positive way, and a lot of things we got to correct. And that's kind of what happens this time of year.
How are things looking at the center position now?
We'll know more at the end of spring. I will say I think Chris and Derek probably took most of the reps today. I know Dorian got a few. Chris and Derek probably took the majority of the reps at center, and I thought we had clean exchanges for the most part, which is good. The operation, I think, is good, and now we'll see what it looks like on film. Make sure we're getting everybody directed the way we want to. On film, on the field, I didn't see anything glaring that tells me we didn't. But until you really look at the film, you're not always sure.
You see any changes that you might make out of this scrimmage, or is that something you have to review the film before Tuesday?
Yeah, that'll definitely be a film review topic as we look at it. Make sure, always, every day, try to make sure we've got the pieces in the right place to help us win football games.
Carlton's obviously had big scrimmages in the past and maybe hasn't been carried over. I know you talked this week that he's been more consistent. What does he have to do is it just consistency?
Yeah, it really is. For all those guys at that receiver position, it's consistency of play, consistency of catching the ball, and somebody like him, he can really be a weapon for us if he does all those things, and he's doing them, which is exciting for us.
At tight end, is there a leader yet, or are they still kind of all together?
I think they're all. I look at them as a group of guys that are all going to play for us. Nick Arch would be the starter right now if we played today. I don't know if that'll be the case when we get to the fall, but he'd be the guy at the front of the depth chart, at least for now.
How much of the offense is installed, and is this a period where you start to judge players, and is this where, because you talked about you wanted to install the offense before you really started judging positions?
Yeah, to me, I think spring is more about ultimately setting your depth up for the fall. It's a great way for players who've never had the opportunity to play Rutgers offense and Rutgers defense to show what they can do within our system. So that part is definitely going to happen over the course of spring. We've only got a couple more things that we're going to install this spring, so the majority of what we had planned on installing is done, and by next weekend, whatever we were going to install for spring will be in.
Coach, you had Laviano on the move a lot of rollouts today. Seemed to be efficient on those plays. Is that something you're going to look to implement a little bit more?
Those type of plays have always been a part of our offense, and that was with when Gary was here, we did those things. We'll certainly continue to do them if Chris is our quarterback or if Hayden's our quarterback. Both of those guys move around well enough, and one of the signs I think of a good offense is the ability to move the launch point. You don't want those defensive linemen to know exactly where that quarterback's going to be on every play. So, we had some efficiency doing it today, which was good. But regardless of the quarterback, I think you're going to see that as a part of our package.
2 more questions?
Anything jump out? Special teams, long snapping at all, or anything?
Let me look at the film. I didn't think we particularly caught the punts as well as we had previously this spring. That would be really the only impression that jumped out to me.
Nice guy.
Thanks, guys.